Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin.
Your fate is set and you cannot escape it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian and I am the Horror Shark. And I just got back from seeing The Northman. And let me start off by saying that I have seen The Witch, I've seen The Lighthouse, both of Robert Eggers' other films, and I really liked them. They're not what I would call enjoyable, but they are very well made. It's very true to the times that they take place in, and that is also very evident in The Northman. Now, I've seen a couple of videos where they're like, it looks pretty accurate, but there are some things. But I'm here to watch a movie, and what I liked about this movie is that it was fast. Like, I was like, okay, this is going to be a 2-hour and 20 to 30 minute movie. Sure enough, by the time the climax hit, I was like, I'm all in. I want to see the revenge being taken. So what revenge is being taken? Well, the story follows Amleth, and he is a little boy whose father is slain by his Uncle Fuhrer, however you say it. And his mother, Nicole Kidman, is captured. And now years go by. I will avenge you, father. I will save you, mother. I will kill you, Fuhrer. And, well, he's a hulking Alexander Skarsgård. And I absolutely love that he's in this movie because he's getting a lot of great roles. He also doesn't give a shit about Hollywood and how it handles things, which I'm happy for because fuck being politically correct. And so, I think this film is what we needed. Now, we've had our Gladiator, we've had our Braveheart, and now Alexander Skarsgård is going after his Uncle Fuhrer. And it's believable, it's understandable, and it's badass. So, Amleth is a guy who belongs to this clan, I guess you could call it, where he is like the embodiment of a bear and a wolf. And I know that he's definitely part embodiment of a wolf, but the bear I'm also kind of thinking he is, because in interviews with Robert Eggers he said that's what he was. And so he's going after his uncle, he's going to save his mother, and I think it's a tale as old as time. Now, the story was the inspiration for Hamlet way back when Shakespeare wrote it, and well, he was inspired by this tale. So you're going to see a lot of similarities to Hamlet. So it's not a ripoff if you go in thinking like, oh, well, Hamlet did this first. Well, no. Hamlet was inspired by this. So, now, with films like Gladiator and Braveheart, we have these larger-than-life characters. These people who are riding down the line of their army and screaming, "We will take them! We will kill them all! We will fight for glory!" And then we have the gladiator say, "We are not," what does he say? "Slaves," I think is what he says. I haven't seen that movie in so long. But here, it's a personal motivation. He's going after his uncle for killing his father. And in that you have to buy the hero's journey, and I really, really did. But you also have scenes where Amleth is just a monster, killing scores of men, enslaving women and children, and standing in front of a house as it burns down with women and children inside it. And it's like, well, I think that's his turning point. He's like, this isn't what I signed up for. It's some bullshit. And the look in his eye where he's just like, I have seen some shit during that shot is just, it's very well portrayed through his face. His facial performance. Now, this film is very brutal. It's a hard R. There are some pretty graphic scenes. I wasn't expecting as much brutality as there was. I was expecting more gore, but there is not a ton of gore, but there is some, but the brutality is savage. And there's this character who, I won't spoil what happens, but they get a part of their face bitten off. And it comes back full circle later. And there's guts spilling, there's limbs being hacked at, horses' heads being cut off. Yeah, it's not a pretty film. And speaking of not being a pretty film, this film takes a lot of liberties and setting itself in dark, rainy weather, and it looks amazing. It's very well done. It reminds me of The Witch a lot, which he directed. So you kind of get that gray, mopey, miserable vibe, and it really works. There's not a lot of sun where they are. Although when Uncle Führer walks to slay his brother, well, you see some sun in the snow, which is a realistic thing. It does snow when it's sunny out sometimes. And Brian's "The More You Know" quote for the day. It snows when it's sunny out sometimes. The more you know. But I did have some, I guess, a minor flaw or a major flaw, depending on how you take it and how it will affect your enjoyment of the film. The whole climax battle at the end of this movie is near a volcano. I was getting serious Star Wars Episode 3's flashbacks. But there is one realistic thing and one completely unrealistic thing. One where you can see their skin starting to crisp on their shoulders in the glow, which is a realistic thing. Your skin would start to get ash covered and crispy. But they're walking over the lava, like little streams of lava. They're just like, whoop. It's like, no, dude, your balls would burn off. I'm sorry, the steam in that area would cause you to pass out. Being that close to lava, man, balls of steel. This is a great movie in terms of it being another revenge seeking film. It's not the worst one I've seen, and it's definitely one of the better ones. I need to watch Gladiator and Braveheart again. Hell, even Conan the Barbarian. But this was a solid one. Now, I did root for the hero, but he's an anti-hero. He enslaves people. Not really him, but his clan. And he kills people without mercy. He never cries. He never shows emotion. But I have to watch this again to give it a proper review. And I think that over time it'll really grow on me, like The Witch and The Lighthouse have. I think Robert Eggers has a great future ahead of him. He definitely knows what he's doing. He knows how to be authentic to the times that his films take place in. I do wish, and I don't wish there were more fights, because if there were more fights, he would have blown his cover way too early. But the fights we got were brutal and energetic. I came out of the movie theater walking like, I feel manly. It's just like one of those things where it's like, I haven't felt that way since after I watched 300 for the first time. Oh man, you just feel energized, and it's like, we need that in cinema. We don't need all these flashy effects. This was like a $60 million movie, and every penny was shown on the screen as it appears. There was one shot at the beginning, the very opening shot actually, where the sailboats looked a little fake, as well as the water. It was like, that might take me out of the movie if all the effects are like that, but thankfully it was only that effect, and I quickly forgot about it as the movie went on, so I'm surprised I even remembered. So right now, I'll probably give The Northman a 4 out of 5. It's a really well done movie. Maybe a 3.5 or a 4. It's a tale that you've heard before, but it's executed in a bizarre, dreamlike way where it also has very grounded battles and feelings and characters. So it's a mishmash and a hodgepodge of all this other stuff. So it really works in terms of trying to make you feel like you're back in those times.
I will avenge you, father. I will save you, mother. I will kill you, Führer.
Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought of The Northman if you've seen it already. It's out in theaters now, as well as streaming on Peacock. And as always, Lion Brian Gatto, the Horror Shark. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, or even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get access to body counts and other music videos that you cannot get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction monetary support. If you want to support the channel, then PayPal, it's horrorshow37@gmail.com. I greatly appreciate that too. But if you don't want to support me with any money, just hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And as always, subscribe.